Good morning, everybody. It's Joe at Swing This Kettlebell in Strength, and today we're going to talk a little bit about kettlebell half marathon using snatch or half snatch progressions. And I'm wearing glasses to make you think that I'm smarter than I am. Anyway, so this is based on what I did yesterday. I posted a live video on Instagram, and people seemed to really like it. Lots of questions. I've really been into doing long sets of multiple switch kettlebell sport sets since probably like 2012, before I even knew kettlebell marathon was a thing, or a half marathon. 30-minute sets were what we did a lot. Single arm, long cycle. So clean and jerk, single arm. Anyway, so here's some progressions that I did, and what we can talk to about on kettlebell half marathon snatch. So the first thing is hand switches. The easiest way for me to do it is either do a consistent rep per minute or a varying ladder of when you're going to do your switch. Okay, that's the biggest thing. Is when people get in kettlebell sport, it's literally the limiting factor is your hand, right? So the hand skin and all that. So when you switch, it's so much easier. That's why some of these people doing 100 snatches in 5 minutes with RKC test with a 24 kilogram is a lot easier to do than it is for one hand switch as in kettlebell sport, just because of the hand, right? It's not really anything else, just because of the hand, the skin. All right, so what we can do is consistent reps per minute, or you're counting them, then you switch, or varying ladders, which we'll get to at the bottom. The rest position. Now, when you're progressing into learning, into getting into doing more of this, your rest position can either be on the floor, which is not legal in competition, but you can still use it as a training tool. Rack position, okay, and then overhead position, and that's where you'll be doing your rest. Now, since some of these varying ladder reps get really close to not having any time to rest if you put them on the floor, it might be easy to go overhead. People with bigger, more muscle or bigger arms like me, if I rest in a rack position, it almost cuts off some of the blood flow to my hand, which makes the pump almost worse. So sometimes I can rest overhead a little easier, depending on the weight. So let's get back down here. So your time. So 30 minutes is a half marathon. It's pretty popular in kettlebell marathon lifting. Now what you can do is training-wise, you can do plus or minus 5 to 10 minute or anything like that. But just to start, let's say 5 to 10 minute difference. We can just train that. Then also, so heart rate monitoring. Here's another one. This is what I'm really big into. I love doing this. Is you can basically pace yourself. You can snatch to a certain heart rate number, let's say 170, and then you can rest until it gets to a bottom number. So you have a top and a bottom number. Once you hit the top, you rest until it reaches down to the bottom. Now this is great as it works in your own physiology, and you can see the increases in your cardiovascular and respiratory performance based on how you breathe and how your technique is. So you pace to a certain number, then you rest to the drop number. Let's say you go from 170 to start at 120 or something like that. And then you can count the reps you accumulated within the time, and at the end, you want to retry and see how many reps change the next time you do this. So that's going to work with you're doing other conditioning, such as row machine or running or other things like that. But anyway, let's get down here. Let's zoom in a little bit closer. I'm going to show you a little closer on that bottom part. So here's what I like to do. A sample 20-minute, every minute on the minute style, and you can do sets of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now the first set's going to be 5 each side, and let's call this half snatch, okay? 6 each side for the second minute, 7 each side for the third minute, 8 each side for the fourth minute. Okay, and what all these are going to add up to right here, 10, 12, 14, 16. So in these 4 minutes, you're going to end up doing 52 reps, okay? So now they're 4 minutes. If you want to do 20-minute EMOM, So you multiply that by 5, there's 262 reps that 260 reps that you've done just by alternating these here. So I like this. It gets you changing back up to the top. It gets you that varying ladder, right? This is a varying ladder when it's not consistent, right down there. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So what that does is it really gets you to focus on your breathing and your technique. So your snatch form might change. Now I've done higher ones. I've done 9 per minute, and you start getting to the point where you can't get those done within a minute. So you can also do snatch half snatch is what I'm usually doing here, but at that 8 and 9, I started doing full snatches. So you could work that as well, but the reason in Kettlebell Sport Marathon, it's usually a half snatch, so that's why I like to do that, but also do both, so then you can increase your speed and your rep per minute by doing a full snatch. But since you're not doing 250 to 450 snatches with full snatch without bringing it down to your shoulder, your hands are going to stay a lot more safe. And this is what mine looked like after last night. I didn't use chalk. I didn't feel like I needed to. I used a 20 kilogram to do this. But anyway, hope this helps you. We're going to start doing a lot more of these different types of half marathon, 30-minute sets of. There's so many things that you can do with it, but the major ones are clean and jerk, long cycle, or jerk only, or also snatch and half snatch. So anyway, hope this helps, and if you have any questions based on that, give me a comment down below. Definitely share this if you want. And also, there's some other people that I love Kettlebell Sport Marathon, especially a friend of mine, Levi Marquardt, who's definitely one of the strongest with kettlebells around. But anyway, give me a shout and save, share, and comment. Thank you.